Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Drop Zone Podcast with your boy Anthony Young and my partner in crime, Jeff Walsh. How you doing today, buddy?
Right, as you see, we're a bit late. I'll be honest, that one was on me. I slept in. I will be honest, that one was me. But other than that, I'm alright. How are you?
Good, but we are having another issue. The stream on the group is not working. I'm trying to get that fixed as we're going right now. I think it looks like the stream key is not connecting. So yeah, let's just keep moving on with the show while I work on that. So basically, for those of you who are trying to watch us on our group channel, um, yeah, bear with us. We'll get that fixed as soon as possible.
hmm
Oh shit, we just lost the feed altogether.
Alright, so what we got on the schedule today is we got some NFL news, and then we're going right into our big topic of the week. We got head coaches on the hot seat, uh, and you have some GMs on the hot seat right now. So we will get into the NFL news. It's been kind of a crazy and a eventful week in the
Well,
NFL.
let's get to your dummies because we got two of them for you today.
Oh yes. All right. Let's get into my dummies first. First, Gilbert Arenas, you're retired. You are a big.
Dummy. Yeah.
You're a dummy because here we go. He's been arrested or he's being indicted on running an illegal gambling. He's been doing poker games. He was arrested Wednesday after the Department of Justice filed charges against the former NBA star for running high stakes illegal poker games. What are you doing? You didn't make enough money in your career and you're now gonna do poker games? I don't have much more to say. This is stupid. It's a big dummy. Uh, Arenas, you're not even playing and you are doing illegal gambling poker games. I don't get it. To me, it's very stupid and dumb. But yeah.
Yeah, when I saw that, I could not believe that. From when I since I seen it, I was like, "Are you fucking serious? Like, how dumb can you be?" And apparently, that's not the first time he's been caught up in something like that. Which doesn't surprise me again because remember him and another teammate when he was playing with the Wizards slash
hmm
Bullets at that time, um, was in trouble for bringing a firearm to the arena and having it
Yeah.
in the locker room. So something like that just doesn't surprise me.
Nope. Arenas is a gangster. That's what he wants everyone to think and believe. And well, there's just no need for it. Again, he made enough money in his NBA career. There's no need to do high stakes poker. That's just stupid. All right, second dummy. This was sent into the group chat. Former Buffalo Bills centerback Steve Austin opened up about a turbulent period during his uh, time with the Bills. He admitted that he partied every night, drinking and smoking heavily. said he drank until 4 a.m. and slept just 2 hours, then repeated the cycle before practice. Watkins acknowledged the off-field habits contributed not only to injuries and performance issues, but also to a deep depression that nearly ended his career early. Um, I'm gonna be careful with this one because I mean it is sad and unfortunate that he did go through that. Um, it's definitely very stupid for him to have been doing all that every single day with the drinking and the smoking and the partying. You know, you are a professional, and you have to handle yourself as such. So, you know, it's like a two-way thing because I am glad that he didn't do anything that he would in his life ultimately
Hey,
regret.
Nicole, welcome to the show.
Kind of cool. Um, but also he is a dummy for doing what he did, and you know, hopefully this is a learning lesson to all the players to just not do that. You know, and you're in the NFL, you have to handle it yourself as an adult, as a player. And he just didn't do that, and as we see, uh, his career really wasn't anything that we really expected it to be.
Yeah, when I seen that, like I said, that was posted to one of our chat groups, which we are part of many.
Hmm.
I could not believe it. I was like, "You can't be serious! Like this is a joke." And what's even makes it even worse is the fact that throughout his whole career, he's amassed a fortune of $69 million, and he's only worth 11 million right now. So he blew $58 million. Looks like just partying.
And other expenses like houses, cars, and all that
That's
other shit, probably.
I mean first of all, that's poor money management to begin with. Secondly,
Hmm.
pure stupidity. I know we got to kind of keep ourselves kind of PC because of the fact that we have a sponsor now, but this is one of the times I'm almost willing to risk it because I mean the sheer fact that for 10 years that's all you didn't go to bed until 4 o'clock in the morning, get 2 hours of sleep, and then do it all over again before practice.
Hmm.
That makes no sense. That's how was he even able to function?
I don't know. But I mean, again, we think if he didn't do that, he might still be in the league.
Exactly.
It's because his career was riddled with injuries and he couldn't stay on teams. And if he didn't do all that, he wouldn't have had all those injuries, and he would have been to me, I think a pretty good wide receiver in the league. But he ended up fizzling out, and he's not in the league no more.
I mean, well, basically the injuries was because his body couldn't recover from all the fucking partying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if he didn't do all that, some of those injuries wouldn't have happened.
He basically, yeah, you're right. He basically did ruin his career, and it once again shows that not everybody can handle fame and fortune.
Hmm.
But that also comes back to where was your close friends? Where was your family that say, "Hey, what are you doing? You're ruining your career." Where were they at to try to get him to go on the right path? That kind of has me, worried as well. That nobody stepped up and said, "You know what? Sammy, you're ruining your career. You're fucking up your life. You need to stop this because I mean to make $69 million over your NFL career, which granted nowadays is pretty much nothing due to the fact that you know contracts have gone skyrocketing. But at that time, I mean, for a wide receiver, that was very good money, and to only be worth now $11 million, that's very sad.
Hmm. Again, it's sad, and with his friends and family, I think they were doing it with him. They were all kind of happy that someone in the family made it, and that they had all that money. Some people say like when people win the lottery, that the wrong people win the lottery, and they spend it really quick, and they don't know what to do with it. In that case, I think the wrong because I'm not like I don't want to talk bad about his family because I don't know them. We don't know them. Uh, it's
True, and
just some.
plus we don't know the fact that maybe they were trying to talk him out of doing stuff like that, and
Mhm,
he
and
just
he just
was,
didn't listen.
yeah,
So again, Sammy, I am glad that he is realizing that now, and I'm sure he regrets it fully. But that is something that he has to live with now. And again, like you said, he's down $58 million now because he's only worth 11 million. So that's our two dummies of the day. So I keep getting fed all the dummy information. So that's great.
that because I love when we have dummy topics
Hmm. I saw them. I
because
was like, yes, I get the
because those
button
are those are almost as good as your rants.
today. Hmm. And not just my ranch, your ranch too. Again, we are approaching NFL season.
Don't
Roger
get
is
me
going to be doing
started.
something. Roger's going to do something, and it's going to be awesome. Because right now, I really shouldn't have any rants. LeBron is, unless he starts playing football at the age of 42, I should be all right for right now until NBA season starts. So NFL is like my downtime on the rants.
Yeah, that's when they usually pick up for me.
Hmm.
I
All right, NFL news. Oh, sorry, you're good.
no, that
Okay. NFL news, July 24th. In a strange turn of events, the Raiders released standout defensive tackle Christian Wilkins. He signed a free agent deal last year for a 4-year, $110 million deal. And Wilkins was dealing with a serious foot injury, and he's on the books for $57.5 million fully guaranteed this year. Um, this is weird. The reason why they released him is that they couldn't agree to what to do with his foot injury. So they released him. Again, he just signed a 4-year, $110 million deal last offseason. I remember making a list of all the offseason acquisitions, and that was one of them. And now he's a free agent. Um, yeah, this is a very weird turn of events for the Raiders and their defense there that they get rid of someone who they just signed to a massive contract. So.
yeah, that is. I mean, the fact that it's a foot injury and you can't decide what to do with it. Well, obviously, keep the player off his foot will be the number one thing to do. That's common sense. I mean, you don't tell him to go jogging or running around or tell him to get his foot better, stay off your foot and stuff like that. That's the first thing you basically do with the foot injury. Second
Mhm.
thing is you probably tell him to put in a walking boot if you got to walk around, and go to multiple doctors, get other second, third opinions on if you see if you need surgery or what could be done. It sounds like to me that the Raiders was just trying to find a way to back out of a contract that they no longer wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounds like to me. And with it being the Raiders, that doesn't surprise me. Not one bit.
It's kind of funny that it's another foot thing because I don't remember, but Antonio Brown, when he got there, he did some kind of health thing and he almost froze his feet off. I can't remember what he did, and now they got rid of Wilkins, who dealt with a foot injury, and they released him. So it's a little bit ironic. So,
That is true. That is very true.
all right. On July 25th, linebacker Jordan Hicks, he retired. He was most known for being on the Vikings and the Browns. And they signed wide receiver DJ Chark. And the Bengals finally signed at number 17 overall pick Shamar Stewart. It's a 4-year, fully guaranteed contract. It was a standoff over contract language. Stewart got improved payout language, can now get on the field. The Bengals moved 500K from Stewart's signing bonus up and paid up front rather than pay it in December. So a contract holdout there, but still Trey Hendrickson is not re-signed with the Bengals, but he's officially reported to practice. So Kamar Stewart finally signed with the Bengals.
Well, about time. I mean, that's all I really gotta say about that. I mean,
Mm,
the fact that it was over contract language basically makes it sound like his agent or his attorney, whichever one he had, really doesn't seem to be that good of a attorney or agent to understand contract language. Somebody in that camp was really not doing their job.
A few weeks ago, I saw something that was like every other contract for rookies has like guaranteed stuff and they get it up front, and the Bengals weren't willing to do that. So that's why they then changed it. And he was like, "Why is that not in my contract? Like, why is this writing different than everybody else's?" So, I believe that's what was going on with that, and he just wanted it to be just like everybody else's contract, and the Bengals weren't doing that. So I don't think it was his camp. I think it was that the Bengals is saying, "No, we're not paying you up front like every other rookie gets paid." He's like, "What?"
That could be a big possibility.
So he just didn't play until then. All right. July 26th, the Vikings have agreed on a 3-year extension for $36 million. Uh, with a max 42 mil and a $25 million guaranteed. Titans wide receiver Traylon Burks, who we just talked about last week for a bust of his draft class, he suffered a fractured collarbone at practice. He won't go for the test, but he's expected to miss the start of the season. That's a bit unfortunate because we just mentioned him in the bust uh, last week. Um, Next, on July 27th, the Dolphins and Mika Fitzpatrick agreed to a revised contract, adding a $16.245 million signing bonus to his deal. He was guaranteed no money when he was traded. The two sides will continue to work on a long-term deal.
Well, I
He could
mean,
get paid a little bit.
wasn't Minka Fitzpatrick originally drafted by the Dolphins?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yep. Dolphins. He was then traded to the Steelers, and then he was traded back to the Dolphins.
Well, I mean, that's kind of weird, but okay.
Mm. The Cowboys signed tight end Jake Ferguson. Everyone thinking that they're gonna sign Micah Parsons. That's not happening. Jerry Jones, whatever his son's name is. I don't care what his son's name is. Stephen Jones. They're really having a war of words with Mika with Micah Parsons. So that deal is not, I don't think, anywhere close to getting done. But they have re-signed tight end Jake Ferguson to a 4-year deal worth $52 million with $30 million totally guaranteed. He gets a $12 million signing bonus. Dallas is doing Dallas things. I know that you love Dallas, so
Mm, yeah, fuck Dallas.
hmm and last bit of news: the Chargers, Rashawn Slater, agreed to a 4-year, $114 million contract extension, $92 million guaranteed, and that makes him the highest-paid offensive tackle. So Chargers shore up the offensive line to protect Justin Herbert.
Which is smart because I mean, you got to protect your quarterback.
Mm-hmm. All right, now our big topic, and then we have
Well,
one thing after. But our big topic. Sorry, if you're trying to talk.
before you do that, let's do our sponsor thing.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, you know we are sponsored by Doobie, and once again, you know, if you order anything from them, you can always use our promo code, which is Drop Zone, and you'll get 10% off. For those who don't know Doobie, basically they're like a G4 powder energy drink for all you gym rats that like to go to the gym and take your protein and creatine and stuff like that to get yourself hyped up for a big nice workout. And like I say, if you go to the links down below in our comments, and when you uh, check out, make sure you put in the promo code Drop Zone so you get 10% off.
Yes, absolutely. Do not get no Monster. Don't get no G Fuel. Don't get no other crap. Get Dubby. And again, use the promo code Drop Zone to get 10% off. Who doesn't love saving money? I know I do. I know I love saving money.
I
I
love
know
saving
Tony
money.
does. So, do not get all the other crap. Get Dubby. Or Doobie. Sorry. Dubby Doobie. It's a
It's
dub
one
if
of
you
them.
get Dubby. There you go. All right, our big topic of the episode. And then we got another thing afterwards, but our big topic. So, we got NFL head coaches under the most pressure and most likely to get fired mid-season. That's how I did it. That's how I like doing it. So, I know that you have some GMs on the hot seat as well.
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm. All right, number one to me under the most pressure and most likely to get fired mid-season, I'll be honest, is your New York Giant head coach Brian Dable. To
Oh yeah,
me, this is like
I got him number one as well.
to me this is. I understand he didn't draft Daniel Jones. That wasn't his guy. That wasn't his offense. But they've been underachieving for a few years now, ever since they made the playoffs. It's been really, really bad. I mean, we will see this upcoming season if it was Daniel Jones was the problem, or if there's more deep-rooted issues in the organization. So to me, he's under the most pressure, and he is definitely most likely to get fired mid-season. If they, I mean, which is kind of, it doesn't, like, it's not fair because they have the toughest schedule in the league. I mean, they're looking to start off 1-7, maybe. So, but well, I mean, we'll see if the offense looks better, if the defense on paper actually matches what's on the field. So, Brian Dable's number one for sure.
Yeah, like I said, I have him as number one as well. Um, Coming off another disappointing season, and of course now you're facing uncertainty at the quarterback position. I mean, basically, yeah, we do have the toughest schedule, and if we do go 1-7, I'm not gonna say he should be fired mid-season, depending on this factor. If the offense is not putting up points and they're getting blown out, and the defense is constantly on the field, the offense can't score. Yes, he needs to go probably before midseason.
Hmm.
Now, if the offense is scoring and they're just because we're running into better teams for that point that at that time, then no, I think he should have some type of replay. But regardless, at the end of the season, he's going to be gone.
Hmm.
This also is going to take. I mean, it's also going to is a big deal for the general manager Joe Schoen, who I also have on the list, which I'll discuss after we get done with the coaches. But yeah, if the Giants' offense doesn't do at least show some form of improvement, he's gone.
Hmm.
There's no it's a bus about it. He's gone.
Yeah. Now, I work with a Giants fan, and I was talking to him about this, and he's like, I want to give him 2 seasons, because Jackson Dart is his guy. That's who he wanted drafted. Russell Wilson is kind of like a let's wait and see. I think if Russ doesn't look good, they definitely have to put Jackson Dart in, um, and just see what Jackson Dart can do. But other than that, I don't know how much longer the Giants fans really can deal with Brian Dable and the underachievement of this team and how bad they've looked over these past few years.
Now, I will say some of it. Well, not some of it. 95% of it has been quarterback play. Well, no, I'll say 90%. The other 10% basically is the offensive line.
Hmm.
Now, yes, the offensive line have improved. I won't say much, but better than what it has been in the past. As long as we can keep everybody healthy, which is the biggest thing with the Giants with the offensive line, is you'll get these outstanding offensive players on the line, but they can't stay healthy. Like left tackle Andrew Thomas is an amazing left tackle. He needs to stay healthy because we all know that the left tackle, basically is the highest paid offensive lineman. And if your highest paid offensive lineman can't stay on the field and you constantly got to shift your offensive line around and move in players out of position to cover that spot, yeah, your offensive line is not going to be that strong. You need to keep it where everybody's in their assigned spot and healthy. So yeah, he is. I mean, he was injured last year. He is slated to be back. They said at the start of the season, but we'll see about that.
Yeah, and my friend at work, he said that they moved Evan Neal from tackle to guard, and he's looked really good at guard. Uh, Maybe that helps the offensive line. Some people can't play tackle, but they play a lot better at guard. So we will see how it works for Evan Neal. Um, yeah, and the whole Giants team. We will see how it works this year. Again, a tough schedule, but we got to see improvements in the offense.
Yeah,
That's
because
for sure.
Evan Neal has been a big disappointment at right tackle.
Hmm.
He's been a very big disappointment. So yeah, hopefully moving him to guard where he's not having to face those fast defensive ends and edge rushers, will help. Should help him
Mm,
because he has the strength to block defenders. He just doesn't have the footwork. He
and the
gets beat
speed,
very
yeah.
easily.
Yeah, so we'll see if that leads to any improvement in the offense. Again, the only thing to save Dable's job is I think we have to see noticeable improvement in this offense to see that it was Daniel Jones was the big issue because there's still a lot of questions.
Well, I can tell you who the biggest issue was.
Oh, I know. All right, number two, I have a team that I think is going to do really well, but to me, this coach is still under an immense amount of pressure given how good this team is looking. I got Chicago head coach Ben Johnson. He is a first-year head coach. He came from the Lions. Um, he has a lot of talent on that offense. We got to see how Caleb Williams does in his sophomore year. I gave him a pass because of how bad that situation was that he wasn't went into in Chicago with the head coaching and the GM, and I mean he had talent around him, but if you don't have a coach that knows what he's doing, then that really does not help. I think Ben Johnson is under an immense amount of pressure in Chicago. There, I mean that the division is packed. With the Packers, Vikings, and Lions. Uh, Caleb Williams and Chicago really need to show improvement this year. Ben Johnson is an offensive guru, as we saw with the Lions. So, I mean, I really do think that this team is going to look really good. But being in Chicago, given what pe- they had to deal with last year and these past few years, Caleb Williams needs to really show improvement, especially under Ben Johnson.
Um, I don't even have Ben Johnson on my list just for the simple fact that it's his first head coaching job. So I really can't. I'm not going to put him on the hot seat because I mean he is coming from a team that have won the division 2 years in a row, and they did kind of implode in the playoffs. But to put him on the hot seat, that's kind of unfair for it to be his first season. Now, who I have on the hot seat, and this is going to surprise you. Actually, you might not be surprised. Is Dolphins coach Mike McDaniels,
He's on my list.
and this is why I have him on the hot seat. Okay, yes, he has two playoff experience appearances in 2 seasons as head coach, but the Dolphins have been underachievers and underperformers. They beat up on the weaker teams, but when they play the elite teams, they crumble. They fold under pressure.
Hmm.
And not to mention that you got to keep Tua healthy because we've
I mean,
discussed this before. Every time we see him get hit, we cringe and wonder, oh man, is this going to be his last hit ever he's going to take? And so yeah, they got to figure out a way to keep Tua healthy, keep him from getting his brains knocked out of his head.
he has to help himself with that one.
That too.
He needs to learn to just go down.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, Mike McDaniel's, yeah, he's definitely on a hot seat because, like I said, I mean, that team was built to actually win, and they're, like I said, yeah, they beat up on the teams that they're supposed to beat up on. But when they play the teams that they're supposed to be somewhat evenly matched with, they get blown out of the water.
Mhm. Now there's turmoil where Tyreek Hill, according to Tua, needs to reallocate himself with the team, and him and Jalen Waddle. Um, they have one of the best offenses in the league in the past few years, and it does not show for what they've achieved. They really haven't achieved anything. Um, I mean, I viewed this list a bit differently. To me, it's under the most pressure. I on the hot seat, I have in a list underneath it. So I mean, I'm just going off of under the most pressure right now, and that's why I had Ben Johnson at 2. I have Mike McDaniel at 4 for me. Um, Again, just given everything that you just said, it's just been very underwhelming with the Dolphins. And I think this could be his final year with the Dolphins. I really, really do. If they don't do anything.
Yeah, I agree with that too. That it could be his final year with the Dolphins.
All right, number 3 on my list is the new Dallas head coach, Brian Schottenheimer.
I got him on my list too.
hmm And it's sadly just because he is in Dallas. That is almost my only reason because it is Dallas. We saw what they did to Mike McCarthy. Uh, it's it's a good offense. It really is. That defense is kind of is definitely shaky, but it's a good offense, and they expect him to do well. And you have Jerry Jones breathing down the back of your neck all the time, talking for you. And the fans are gonna be up his ass. So you it's again really just because he is in Dallas, and they don't stop talking about Dallas. So Schottenheimer, you're on the list just because you are in Dallas, my friend. That's it.
Well, this is why I have him on the list. And you're probably going to be, or you might not be surprised about why I have him on the list, for the reasons I have him on the list, actually. So when once off season started and coaches got fired and teams was looking to hire him, he had zero, I repeat, zero interest from any team. The only reason why Dallas hired him as the head coach so they could sort out offensive continuity for Dak Prescott. And the only choices they had was either Schottenheimer or Eagles offensive coordinator Kellen Moore, who ended up going to the Saints.
hmm
So he basically got the job because he basically was nobody wanted him to begin with, and the person that the Cowboys actually wanted went to New Orleans instead of coming to Dallas, which I don't know if that's a better decision, but we'll see. So that's Schottenheimer. Yeah, unless you actually could take that team to the Super Bowl, your job is not safe, not one bit.
No, and I think that's why Kellen Moore went to the Saints, even though the team's going to be worse. It's a lot less pressure.
A lot less
A lot
pressure.
less pressure. He's like, I'm not dealing with that. So I don't blame him. I do not blame him.
So the person I had thrown on my list, and Jason, I'm sorry if you're watching,
Oh, I mean, he will be. He's not in the live, but he always goes back and he watches it later.
is this Colts coach Shane. I know I'm gonna screw his name up. Steichen. I'm
Shane
not even going.
Steichen.
Well, yeah, whatever it
Steichen.
is,
Mm,
Steichen, whatever. I'm not going to even try to because I'm just going to butcher his name, and I don't want to be disrespectful when doing that. Um, he only had one season with the Colts, but here's a problem, and this is why I feel he's going to be on the hot seat, and it all comes down to Jason's favorite quarterback, Anthony Richardson. If he can't get Anthony Richardson turned around, I think that's going to be his downfall because the only other option you have is Daniel Jones, and we all know how
that's
I
your good
feel about
buddy.
that.
That's your good buddy Daniel Jones. You love Daniel.
Yeah, like a hole in the wall.
hmm
So yeah, so that's who I have as my you know third coach on the hot seat. Like I mean, he might survive the season. I don't see him getting fired mid-season, but I do see him getting fired at the end of the season if that team doesn't show any sign of improvement.
Hmm. Yeah, Jay told me a stipulation that that if Anthony Richardson wins the starting job, which I really think he will, is he's getting a buzz cut.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, so he really wants Daniel Jones to start. I said, be careful what you wish for. Because he already dragged one franchise down, he can do it to another one. So,
That's a fact.
hmm so yeah, that's the situation. He is gonna get a buzz cut if Anthony Richardson wins the starting job, which I think he will.
Okay,
Hmm. All right, number 5 on my list. Might be a bit shocking to you, but they've got to get it done eventually. Is the Buffalo Bills head coach Sean McDermott?
I have him on my list as well.
Okay, good. They need to get over the hump, which is Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. They need to. It's not all his fault. It's not all, I can't even put it on Josh Allen. He's looked amazing in the games that they've played the
I
Chiefs.
I 100% agree with you. Yes, he has looked amazing, and I mean, I'm pretty sure we will both have him on the list for the same reasons. Is the fact that the playoff performance against the Chiefs have been atrocious.
Mhm. Need to get it done, and they're not going to get rid of Josh Allen. So Sean, something needs to get done because you're coaching in some of the games last year, which cost them games, which cost them seeding, is a big problem. So, and it's on him, and it needs to be that. If I was a Bills uh, GM or owner, I'd be like, listen, you got to find a way to beat this team and make the Super Bowl. Because right now it's lost to the Chiefs all the time. And in some of his coaching mistakes in these past few years have been just really bad. And they just got to beat this Chiefs team. And I think that's how all of Buffalo feels at the moment.
And yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Like I said, I had him on my list as well, and for the same exact reasons you just stated, is the same exact reasons I have him on my list. So the next person I have on my list is Bengals head coach Zach Taylor,
I like that one. I
and
thought about him.
this is why I have him on the list. Okay, you have Joe Burrow as your quarterback, so expectations are always high. But you need to make a deep playoff run. Anything less will put his job in jeopardy. There's no ands ifs or buts about it. I mean, like I said, you got Burrow, you got Jamar Chase, you got a high powered offense. The defense has been turned around and is coming around better. They have improved the offensive line, so there should be no reason that you're not making a playoff run.
Here's the thing: ever since Zach Taylor got there, they have started terrible every season he's been there. Absolutely terrible. Like last year, I think that they started like 1-4, 0-4, and they were like already pretty much out of the playoffs because they could not win a game, even though that offense looked amazing. That defense was terrible. So I like that one. I think Zach Taylor definitely is on the hot seat there with the Bengals. Given all that talent that is on that team, to really not have done anything right now is kind of shocking and disappointing.
All right, who else you got?
All right. Now on my list that most likely to be fired, we talked about Brian Dable, and Mike McDaniel, who's on my list. So I have three more. I'm going with Atlanta head coach Raheem Morris. I know he hasn't been there too long, but listen, that team is built is it's a decent team. I think that the Kirk Cousins thing hasn't been handled well. They paid him all that money and they drafted Michael Penix. I don't know what was going on there. Um, but this team should realistically be contending with the Bucks in this uh division, with the Panthers and the Saints being way behind them. Um, it's just they've been not great these past few years. They have a star running back in Bijan Robinson. Um, and Michael Penix, we'll see what he can do starting this year. Hopefully, it brings the offense around and it's more consistent. But for Raheem Morris, I could see maybe getting let go at the beginning of the season or mid-season if they are really underperforming this year.
I don't actually have him on my list for the simple fact that it's going to be his second year there, and the team was performing fairly well in the first half of the season, and then Kirk Cousins turned into Kirk Cousins, and then you bring in Michael Penix, and everything just seemed to went kind of screwy. So I think with Penix under having a one full year, actual full year starting, will be his determining factor if he should move forward. But yeah, I don't have him on my list, but I do have a division rival. I have the Panthers head coach, Dave Cornales. Only for the simple fact that the Panthers have a very bad history of quickly changing coaches. And so, I mean, they don't really give their coaches much of a leash.
No, they don't.
I mean, they've gotten rid of coaches like what a year and a half into the season in until their contract. So yeah, I mean that's why I put them on there because I mean, granted, they did improve towards the end of the season. Bryce Young did start looking like an All Pro quarterback to some extent after being benched. And but yeah, I mean, with the Panthers' history, I mean, if I was a head coach looking for a coaching job and the Panthers call, I'm hanging up.
Mm-mm.
Fuck, I'm not even
I
answering
answer.
the
Nope.
phone.
No, they are very quick to change coaches. I like that one. I was really thinking about him too, but I was like, I don't know. But they really could just get rid of him very quickly, like they always do with every other coach. I have the Jags head coach Liam Cohen. I know he hasn't even coached a game yet for the team, but almost same reason with the Panthers. They get rid of their coaches pretty quickly. Trevor Lawrence needs to look better. He really does. And again, it's the Jags. That's why I picked them. That's really not a fair reason, but that is why I picked him to just he's on the hot seat already. I don't know.
I mean, again, they're just
Yeah.
like the Panthers, quick to pull a hook.
Hmm.
Um, I'm going to give him at least 1 year to see how he turns out, to see if Trevor Lawrence actually, takes the next step, and the team itself could take a next step. I have this one, and you're not going to like this one, but only for the simple fact is I have Mike Tomlin, and here's why. And majority of it is I really can't say it's his fault. I mean, he was saddled with a horrible offensive coordinator in Canada.
Well, I know.
And but now with some of these high profile moves that I don't even want to know if I want to call signing Aaron Rodgers a high profile move, but the high profile trade with getting DK Metcalf, but then sending away George Pickens. But you also showed up your defense, which I thought really wasn't necessary. I thought you needed to show up more of the offensive line and the offense itself. So I know the Roonies have a great track record of not firing coaches, but I could see if they don't make a playoff run, this might be it for Tomlin.
Don't worry, we will make a playoff run. We do it every year. We'll finish 10-7, and we'll get bounced out the first round. And guess what? We'll be picked 20, 21 again. It happens every year.
So yeah, that's why I got to put Tomlin on the list. I mean, do he deserve to be on the list? No, but I mean, he has he. I mean, he's on the list for the reason of the fact that the team comes in down the stretch, always seems to have an issue.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm glad that you mentioned that idiot's name, George Pickens. The absolute idiot. He's a dummy. He's a big dummy.
Yes, he is.
I gotta. I I don't know if you saw what he said a few days ago, but they covered it on ESPN. He said that he's glad to be on the Dallas Cowboys because they're known for championships. You big idiot.
Yeah, I
The
saw
Steelers
that.
have more championships than the Cowboys. And guess what? We've been in the Super Bowl while I've been alive. The Cowboys haven't. I'm 22. The last time they were in the NFC Championship was 30 years ago. So listen, you big dummy.
You got a point.
Don't talk nothing about Dallas and winning. The only thing they win is 11 games, 12 games, and they get bounced out the first round. I understand that's what the Steelers have done in the past 15 years. I get it. But guess what? We've at least been to Super Bowl more recently. All right. So don't talk about winning. And you just came from an organization that has 6 of them when you're on one that hasn't been to one in 30 years. All right. Let's relax.
Ain't gonna get an argument from me on that one.
And my last coach is actually a division rival. I went with the Cleveland Browns head coach, Kevin Stefanski.
Okay.
I understand he's a coach of the year. Uh, they have. I would not want to be a part of that organization right now with the QB situation and the fact that Shador can't stay out of trouble. They have their rookie running back who can't stay out of trouble. Um, Kenny Pickett with a hamstring injury. Who to start at quarterback? It's just a bad situation. I don't think this is going to be a good season for the Browns. So I just think if it's a very bad season to start, that they definitely could let go of Kevin's uh, to start or midway through the season. I really do think that that could be a possibility for this team.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta agree with that. I just got an alert from the NFL. I think we really need to discuss this real quick. For those people don't know what happened the other day, a gunman walked into the NFL headquarters and killed 4 people.
In New York.
Yes, the NFL headquarters in New York. So the NFL did just release a statement, and I'm going to read the statement verbatim. And this is strictly from the NFL headquarters. The NFL is deeply grateful for the global outpour of support following the tragic act of violence at the New York City building that houses our league offers, among other organizations. We honor the 4 innocent lives lost, including NYPD officer Diarul Islam, whose heroism will never be forgotten. Our thoughts are with the survivors as they begin the difficult journey of physical and emotional recovery. The NFL family is resilient and united, and together we will find strength in one, excuse me, in one another as we heal. So again, like I said, for those who do not know that happened, I believe, just the other day,
Hmm.
and there was a note left by the gunman that he wanted his brain tested for CTP,
CTE.
CTE, sorry,
Mm.
which kind of tells me that he was a former. I'm not sure if he was a former NFL player, but we know for a fact he was a former college player. I believe he attended Michigan State University because that was the jersey that they had him in. And for that to have happened, I mean, it's really a sad mark for those families that lost those four people that was killed. You know, our hearts go out to you guys because acts of violence like this is really unnecessary. And again, to the police officer that did lose his life in protecting everybody else that was trying to escape and not get killed. I mean, we can't say enough about the police officers. I mean, I know there's a strange relationship with communities and law enforcement, but not every law enforcement officer or person is a bad one. There are a few bad ones, but not every single one of them. And for those that actually risk their life to make sure others get home to their families, while they put their life on the line and potentially not come home to their family, we have to take our hats off to them. And it's one of those where you know, yeah, we have fun on the podcast. We joke around about certain things, but when situations like this comes up, I know I could pretty much speak for Jeff and how he feels about it. It's the fact that it it, it puts a damper on the show that we do because our show is all about promoting positive stuff and having fun, and we just hate to see stuff like this happen, especially to innocent people that was just there. Either they was there for work or just visiting. So once again, on behalf of the Drop Zone Entertainment family, our prayers go out to everybody. To the survivors, we wish you the best and hopefully getting past this tragedy. And we really hope that they can come to find out what caused this guy to actually go in a public building and take 4 innocent lives.
Yeah. I know that we're a sports podcast and we cover the NFL a lot. I don't know if you're going to talk about this or not. Um, Again, it is very sad, and for his sake, um, he better have CTE because if he doesn't, this looks horrible.
I agree.
Because you cannot use that as an excuse to do what he did, to be a criminal. He was going after people in the building. He only, I think, hit one of them or killed one of them. Then he killed 3 other innocent ones, but everyone's innocent. There is no need to do what he did. If you want your brain studied for CTE, there's a better way to do that. I know that you can apply to get that done, and they can look at your brain when you die. You don't need to go into the building and kill 400 people. Uh, yes, like you said, cops. There's a few bad apples, but not all of them are bad. Um, a lot of cops are good. I'd say about 99 to 98% of cops that we have in the U.S. are good cops. But there's a perception that cops are terrible and cops are scum and cops are pigs and everything else, but they're not. They risk their lives each and every day going out and protecting us. That's why I have immense respect, and I've had a few run-ins with cops recently, actually. And I have nothing but respect for the cops that I interact with and that are around me and protecting me each and every day. Um, yes, all my support goes out to those families affected in this tragedy that did not need to happen. Again, we try and build our podcast off of positivity and laughing and good humor and messing around. But when stuff like this happens in the sports world, it kind of is like a reality check. Um, that you know, with all the fun and positivity that this negativity and stuff happens in the world, I'm not going to get too political on anything, but to me, this is why gun control needs to be a thing. That's all I'm going to say, because this more than likely wouldn't have happened. But because if someone has a bad brain thing or bad injury with his brain, it's not all there. So I guess we'll see in the upcoming days and weeks of what is found out about why this happened or what's going on if he really does have CTE in his brain. I guess we will find out in the upcoming weeks. But again, all of our hearts and thoughts and prayers go out to from everyone, like you said, at the Drop Zone Entertainment, goes out to all the families affected by this horrible, horrible tragedy.
I know it's gonna be hard to recover from this, but I mean, that was one of the topics that I was debating if we should discuss, and I was kind of going to just hold off on it. But then when I got the text message from the NFL about the statement, I just felt at that time we just needed to discuss it.
Yeah, that was like a sign that all right, we could talk about it.
So now to go back to what we was doing. Um, I know Jeff, you don't have any jams that you put down as on a hot seat. I only have four. One of them I already mentioned was Joe Schilling. This is why his job security is on the line. And, basically, the reason why it's questioned was after a disappointing stretch from an outlier 2022 season, especially given the decision to extend my good buddy Daniel Jones
Over Saquon.
and allow key players like Saquon Barkley and Xavier McKinney to leave in free agency. Um,
What's wrong with
Again,
that? Saquon hasn't done anything, right? He didn't win a Super Bowl last year with the Eagles,
well,
did
he
he?
he only broke. He only almost broke the rushing record for a season. You know, not to mention he went to our rival Eagles and won a Super Bowl. I mean, and then you let go. No, you don't even let go. You don't even resign what was our best safety in Xavier McKinney, but you choose a mediocre quarterback over both of them. Which the mediocre quarterback you end up releasing midway through the season last year. Yeah. Jeff, I need to borrow your button real quick.
Good.
Dummy. Yeah.
There you go.
So I also have, as a GM on a hot seat, as Dolphins coach. Chris Greer.
Hmm.
Now, while Greer has the support of owner Stephen Ross, the team internal struggles and Ross's loyalty could be tested if the performance doesn't improve. So it goes back to what we said with the Dolphins all the entire time, where the team performs well against mediocre teams, but they don't perform well against the teams they need to. They fall apart late in the season, and then when they get to the playoff, they become non-existent. So we already put Mike McDaniel on the hot seat. So now your GM is also we put on the hot seat,
Yep.
and this one basically is going to tie into the coach you put on the hot seat, Jaguars GM James Gladstone.
Mm-hmm.
After drafting Trevor Lawrence in the first round, the Jaguars have done nothing but struggle and miss the playoffs after winning the division in 2022. You heard that, yeah, they won the division in 2022, but they've done nothing but regress, even dropping the division to, I'm sorry, Jeff, you got to hear this one more time, to rookie QB CJ Stroud in 2023.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, if you're putting players on the field, and they're not performing, and now hopefully this draft class that they had pretty much saved both of their jobs. If not, yeah, they're gonna be getting their walking papers.
Hmm.
And the last one I have on the list is going to kind of be a surprising, but it's Texas GM Nick Casario. Yes,
Okay.
I put Houston's GM, and this is why he's actually on the hot list. Before the simple fact is this. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, he drafted CJ Stroud, second pick overall in the 2023 draft, winning two divisions, the division 2 years in a row. But here's the thing: this team has heavily underperformed as well. The only thing that saved them is that they're in a division where everybody in that division is underperforming.
Hmm.
So hopefully CJ Stroud has a bounce back year. I mean, he didn't do too bad this past season, but
His
compared
wide
to his
receivers
rookie
were hurt.
season, what was that?
His wide receivers were hurt. I think Tank Dell went down, Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs. They all got injured.
Which I mean, yeah, that does play a part, and we have to give him some slack because he was missing his top receivers. But again, the team does have the tendency to underperform in certain games as well. And sometimes just changing your GM to somebody that actually could get players that can help you move to take a step up. What might be helpful for them. So those are the
All right, I
four.
like that list of GMs. I,
Those are the
I
four
like
GMs
that list.
I have on a list of that's on the hot seat.
I really do. I like that list. The Panthers GM you could have had on there, I think. But other than that, that's a good list of GMs. I like that. Ow. All right.
Oh,
The last thing is we have the Hall of Fame game tonight. The first
nope.
preseason game
Tomorrow night.
and tomorrow night. Sorry, tomorrow night. And Mary, who is underneath us, who's backstage. We were having technical difficulty with her mic. Uh, she sent me some notes, and I'm gonna use her notes. because she was so nice and kind to send me notes of the game and what's going on with the game. Uh, so I'm not gonna let her hard work get put to waste. So that's why I'll be looking down at my phone because it's on my phone here. Um, it is the Chargers and Lions game. If people don't know, Lions are gonna take an extended look at Hooker. Last preseason, he was 29 of 49 passing for 300 yards with one touchdown, one interception, and he was sacked 6 times in the Week 3 game versus the Steelers. And Taylor Heineke, who is you're welcome, Mary. I told you I'm not letting your hard work go to waste. Taylor Heineke, he struggled last preseason. With LA going 20 of 44 for 206 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions, and a couple of sacks. Um, Trey Lance got a few runs with the Cowboys last year with 113 pass attempts in his 3 games, threw 5 interceptions against the Chargers in Week 3 game and took 6 sacks overall. And the Chargers are expected to go run heavy. They've got good depth at the position with first round pick Omarion Hampton, former Michigan runner Hassan Haskins, and Troy's all-time leading rusher Kamani Vidal. Detroit is going to be more pass heavy under first year OC John Morton. Lions are much thinner at running back with Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery unlikely to play. Plus, Seon Vaki has been dealing with an injury, leaving Craig Reynolds to get lots of reps. So, I am also excited. Thank you, Mary, for the notes.
And let me chime in real
Those are
quick, Jeff.
very what?
Let
Sorry.
me chime in real quick. So for those of you that don't know, we have been looking for a female to join our show, basically as a moderator to help with. She's mostly going to be helping Jeff doing with coming up with topics and research, while I handle the business aspects of the podcast. Um, so she will be actually on our show. Her first show will be next Wednesday, and I know she's nervous.
No
and
need to be nervous.
I know she's going to be nervous. But you know, she's giving it a shot. It's going to be her first time actually doing a podcast, and she kind of really doesn't know what she's getting into dealing with me and Jeff.
No.
But she is observing backstage in our virtual studio, so she's kind of getting a feel of what she's dealing with. But she
Mhm.
hasn't really gotten that feel until the NFL season actually starts.
No. And that's what I'm looking forward to. And that's why I'm excited because every day that goes by, we are closer and closer to NFL starting. And I'm itching for it. I need something. But yeah, it's gonna be great having her on, and if she doesn't like it, that's okay. We are happy that she is oh, there's no might. You're in trouble. You now sign up for it. If she doesn't like it, it's okay, but I think she will. She'll have a good time, and I think that she'll fit right in. So we're definitely happy to have her part of the team here at the Drop Zone.
Yeah, a little family is expanding.
Mm-hmm. More and more. And you're on the business side. You're concocting up a few ideas, and I keep getting more and more as I'm at work, and I'm like, Jesus, man,
Yeah, poor Jeff.
can't.
I know we've said this quite a few times, but sometimes I feel sorry for Jeff when he looks at his phone, especially if he sees it as a message from me. Because I know
Yeah,
the
I
first thing
wake
that's
up.
going through his mind is, "Fuck, what did he do now that he's come up with?"
Yeah,
Jeff will
I
tell you
wake up
this.
today.
There's no lack of, how would I put this? Surprise when he gets a message from me. He knows he's going to be surprised at something that I've come up with.
Mhm. Uh, again, I woke up the other day and I pretty much woke up late, almost like today. I had to hurry up and get ready for work, so I didn't even look at my phone. I got to work, and as soon as I got time, I looked at my notifications, and it said, "Buddy, I got a new business thing." I'm like, "Oh, what?" I was like, "We didn't even start the other stuff yet. What are we doing right now? What's going on?" I was like, "Oh boy, he has concocted something." But that's why I said he is my business guy, and I get all the stats now with Mary. She'll be helping me get the stats and everything and all the ideas. But the business whiz was back at it again the other night, and I was like, "Oh boy, here we go again."
Sadly, I have to put that one on the back burner.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll eventually get to that though.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we got anything else to discuss?
No, yeah, we talked about the Hall of Fame game. I don't know if you have any thoughts about the first preseason game. I know that again. I'm just excited. NFL is coming back slowly but surely. We love NFL season. It is unlimited ideas and topics.
The only thing I really got on that is um, anybody knows I'm not really a big preseason guy. Just for the simple fact is none of the players actually play hard, except for the rookies. The starters barely don't nowadays with the collective bargaining. A lot of them don't even step on the field until the last preseason game of the season. So I mean, yeah, the preseason. I mean, yeah, it's a great look for the look at the rookies and some of the backup players to see if they improved and stuff. I mostly looks. I'm ready for the season to officially start.
Oh, I am because again, our first football draft is coming up soon, or like at the end of the month here in August. So I'm excited for that. Of course, I love fantasy football. Um, so yeah, a lot of exciting times coming up this upcoming month with the NFL starting to turn it back up. I'm not a big preseason guy either, but again, I just know that I'm getting closer and closer to the start of the NFL season.
Basically, 4 weeks left,
Hmm.
and I'm pretty sure within the first three episodes of the NFL season, there's going to be a rant.
Hmm.
That's almost pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah, from almost either one of us, almost like a Charles Barkley guaranteed with the button. It's a guaranteed rant uh, from you or me with the NFL season. But yeah, we got our prediction videos coming soon this upcoming month. Again, we love doing those, so we will see. Again, it's exciting times. It's kind of a dead time right now. We are really looking for ideas. So yeah, that's all I got.
Yep. So like I said, I'm looking forward to tomorrow game. It's actually probably the first game I watched preseason wise in a while.
Hmm. Well, I mean, you're always working too, so
That
now they
too.
actually have off. You can actually watch it.
This is correct. So um, I don't have anything else left to say. Just remember, our sponsor again. If you want to get your energy drinks for your workouts in the gym, go to Doobie. Use a promo code DROPZONE. You'll get 10% off.
Again, get Doobie, none of the other crap, only Doobie. Only Doobie.
All right, well, that's the end of our show. Unless you got anything else to say.
No, I'm good. I am good. Nothing else.
All righty then. So until next week, we'll see everybody next week. And Mary, be prepared.